They wouldn't love me singing, just for the record.
I was hoping you might. just if you would, that'd be cool.
I don't know about you.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
feeling 22. Y'all
man.
see? Raspy voice, old lady singing.
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
I am terrible.
Same.
Hey, everybody. We'll get started.
Okay.
You're good? You don't need to warm up or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Sean Lee, your realtor with Nebraska Realty, and thanks for tuning in to episode number 22. 22 people, and my mom is still watching every episode. I have a great guest and some delicious treats today from Lisa Anibal and Sixth Street Kolaches or Kolaches. Kolach.
You're close.
Kolach. I'm damn Kolach. Sixth Street Kolache.
Potato. We're all good.
It's going to be great. Tell us a little bit first about you. You live in Bennington. You started Sixth Street.
I do. I live in Bennington. Yeah, I live in Bennington. I started Sixth Street Kolaches about 2 years ago.
It's been 2 years.
It has been 2 years already.
Okay.
I am a cottage baker, which means I just bake out of my home.
Okay.
Yeah, so state of Nebraska, allows me to do so.
So if they're watching, she is a cottage baker.
Cottage baker. Yep, certified with the state.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a cottage baker.
It is kind of cool.
Okay.
Last year, I baked over 40,000 kolaches. Yeah, and it's kind of shocking to me.
I got to write that down on my notes. 40,000.
20 at a time with one oven. There was a lot of late nights.
Holy cow. Okay. A lot of, yeah.
Yeah. So when I'm not doing that, I also work full time. I also have a family.
Okay.
I have 4 children, ages college all the way down to elementary.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you're
busy.
just living the dream. You got all kinds of things. You got people going to college, which no one will believe if they're watching this.
I know.
If they made it through here, no one will believe it. You're not gonna cry about that right now.
I'm not.
Don't do it on camera.
Not yet. Maybe.
Not yet.
After we start drinking, maybe.
Okay. We have the Uber on call. It's kind of a normal thing here at the shop. But we're going to try these things and talk a little bit about Sixth Street and kind of the story, because you don't just come out of the blue and decide you're going to make kolaches.
Kolaches. Just say kolache. It'll be easy.
Okay.
You say that easier.
Kolache.
Perfect.
Because people don't just decide, I'm going to make kolaches.
No.
So it's a big heritage. Hence the fact that we have this Pilsner Urquell,
that's impressive.
straight from Czechoslovakia. It's probably went through the thing, but we're going to test it. The original Pils.
The original.
From Pils. You know what? I wrote it down.
Czechoslovakia.
You know what? The name, they say it Pilsen. That's the name of the actual town in Czech.
That's impressive.
That's what Wikipedia said.
Yeah, that's impressive. I try to speak a little Czech.
Are you?
Well, but I don't. Do
you have anything? You say a lot of bad words in Czech?
I know one bad word.
Okay.
Perdel.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss my perdel.
Oh, okay. That's great.
I think we know what that is.
All right. Well.
And then I know grandma. Grandma is babička.
No kidding.
And my great-grandma, her name was Bobby. We called her Bobby because of that. I actually didn't know she had a real name until I was probably like 22. So there's that.
Holy smokes. Okay. Well, tell us about the story before we get to these drinks and tell us how you got started, because you have a cool website. Because you can do all your ordering from there.
Correct.
Sixth Street Kolaches.com. Kola. And I'll have it under. I always put it under for people, so it'll be all electronic. It'll be so nice.
Look at you thinking of everything.
And then it's got a nice little story about you and your grandma. So
it's
so
does.
Nice.
So, yes, these are a very, traditional food, obviously. My grandma made them. I grew up in northeast Nebraska in a teeny little town named Howells.
Okay.
We're known for our football teams over the years.
Yeah.
So I was a mighty Bobcat.
Bobcats.
They're consolidated now. But my small town of about 700 people at the time, my grandma was known as the Kolache lady. It didn't matter where she went. She always brought kolaches with her. And I was one of many grandchildren and wasn't very interested, to be honest with you, growing up because she just always had them. And then I moved away and I lived in Las Vegas for 10 years. And the very first time holiday came around, Christmas, and I wasn't able to come back to Nebraska, I called my grandma crying because I had never had a holiday without kolaches. So she, bless her heart, this was like before FaceTime, before texting, before all of those things, sat with me on the phone for hours and walked me through how to make kolaches. And my very first ones were about this big, which was an embarrassment in its own right.
Okay.
And then I got an opportunity to make them for some family members a couple months later, and they were about this big. So I was clearly doing something wrong.
Okay.
When my family moved back to Nebraska, then I realized what a special thing this was. And obviously, as I was getting older and my grandma getting up in age, I wanted to find things that we could do together. And so I would take my two daughters and we would go to Howell's and we'd go in her kitchen and she would teach us how to make them, and she would slap my hand a lot. She would always bit her lip.
Not that way.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
She always bit her lip when she was a little perturbed. So she bit her lip a lot with me.
You're a stubborn learner.
Yeah, just a little
Is
bit.
that right? Uh-huh.
So what's really unique about these is first of all, they're very time consuming. So it's a yeast dough. And so when you first make them, they have to rise.
Okay.
For an hour, and then you hand roll them, and that's where she would slap my hand because, and as you see every time I talk about it, I kind of do the little emotion.
Okay.
Yeah. And so after she passed away, we had a family event not long after her passing, and I said, well, we've never had a family event without these. Somebody has to make them. So because I had spent so much time with her learning how, my sister came over and we made some, and then I just had this feeling in my heart that this food, which means so much to families, that because it's so time intensive, people have stopped doing. I just kept feeling like I was supposed to make them for people. And so I slowly started to get better at it and bring them to family events, give them to friends, those kind of things. But that wasn't enough. And I can't describe it besides my heart felt like I needed to do something more.
That's cool.
And so then I just decided I'm going to give it a whirl.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it. There's probably a lot of stuff to be getting qualified as a cottage baker and taking all this time and then cooking 40,000 of them last year or the
last year. Mm-hmm. Just last year.
I mean, they're really. I've had these before because these look really delicious. How many flavors you got on these things?
So I currently make 9 flavors. Apple, apricot, Bavarian cream, blueberry, cherry, lemon, raspberry, prune, and poppy seed. Okay. And I mentioned to you earlier, the very traditional flavors are apricot, poppy seed, and prune. Not a lot of people eat the prune. But
apricot, poppy seed, and prune.
Those are the very traditional flavors.
And what's the one that it takes a lot of measurement? By the way, I popped that off. It didn't just fly off.
Magic.
I never have a bottle opener, and I want to make sure we had one, so sorry.
Always prepared.
Yeah, what's the one that, with the cottage cheese, it's kind of a cottage cheesy stuff.
Oh, the Bavarian cream.
Oh, is that one? Okay.
That one that doesn't have a texture of cottage
it's
cheese,
just
but it kind of looks
Bavarian
like
cream.
it.
Got
Correct.
it.
Correct.
Okay.
A lot of people ask me to make cream cheese.
Oh, yeah?
And cottage cheese.
Oh, they do, because that's a...
They do, but
Check.
I can't. By law, I can't make those because they're temperature controlled.
You're a rule follower.
I am
You're a
I am
rule
an
follower.
inherent rule follower.
Okay, well, that's good.
You're surprised to hear that, aren't you?
No, I am not surprised to hear that, actually.
I'm an honorary inherent rule follower.
I believe
How about that.
Oh, it's really cool. Starting out now, Sixth Street. You just live.
Oh, thank you.
That's a good
I
one.
don't tell my
Street.
story very well, do I?
No,
Jeez.
yeah, it's perfect.
So, for the longest time when I was getting ready to start this, my grandma's name was Mary Ann, and I was going to name it Mary Ann's. And then I thought, you know what? Like, I want it to be an honor to her, but I wanted it to be my own. So I went through a couple variations, but Sixth Street is where my grandma lived. My grandparents helped raise me. So I spent the majority of my childhood on Sixth Street.
Okay. Wow, that's...
Now, people
it's so thoughtful, the whole thing.
Well,
the name.
I hope so.
The story, again, go to the website.
To see her in her little rollers.
Yes.
She is cursing at me.
Yeah, I'm sure
she's biting
is.
her lip.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull some of those pictures. I'll put them on there. I'll pull one of that picture if you don't mind.
Please
I'll put
do.
it on so we can. Oh yeah,
because she's so cute.
Okay, that'll be perfect. Okay, and then you've just been doing this, and I mean, what do people normally drink with?
Yeah,
Is this a normal dessert? Breakfast, dessert. I mean, this is any time probably a tea. And
I think people who aren't familiar with them would classify them as breakfast, right? Because they look like a Danish.
A Danish.
That's what they look. They don't taste like that, but they look like a Danish. So I would say a lot of people eat them around breakfast, but the majority of us eat them whenever the hell we want.
Yeah. That's the way. Okay, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah. So.
Well, in honor of the Czech. World, the Czech Republic and how things came about, because
yes,
we were going to tell the story about this Pilsner Urquell, which is the original Pilsner from that city, because they're all Czech. This is a show about Czechs and Kolaches.
Heck yeah, you got it
Czechs
right.
and Kolaches.
So now we need to learn what bohunks are.
Bohemian Hungary?
The Bohemian. It used to be a derogatory term
really?
That people would call Czechs, like dirty,
okay.
like a derogatory term. But Czechs said, I'm going to own that. And so now people who are Czech proudly say, I'm a bohunk.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to be bohunks today.
We're going to be, that's all we've got here. And then we have the local Pilsner from Brickway. We're gonna pour that in this fancy glass. But this Brickway Pils, Chris Lager with soft noble type hops for a refreshing clean finish, and that sounds delicious to me.
It does sound delicious. Have you had this one before?
I don't think I've had this one before.
I like that it's just called Pils.
Pils. It's just straight up. It's just straight
up.
But I am gonna taste this. I popped that. We're gonna taste this little original from Czech Republic. Pilsang. Pilsang.
Cheers.
We're tasting it for all Czechs. Well, it's not what you would call a patio pounder.
Nope.
You don't want to sit out and...
It is bitter. Is it? Or is it just me?
This is just a rester. You don't...
It's a sipper.
Yeah, it's a sipper.
It's a sipper.
This is a sipper.
It's not awful.
No.
But it's not great.
No.
But I'm going to have another drink.
We're going to... Well, because there's a lot of talking on this show. And you need something to...
Oh, that one, the second one.
It's got a red label on it, but...
The second one was maybe worse.
Yeah.
That kind of hurt a little.
I'm going to have to... Okay, Brickway Pils. While we're pouring this, what do you got coming up for the kolaches? Because we're going to end on this. I want
right.
Because these are going to be fantastically delicious.
Yes.
That sounds like a commercial. They're magically delicious.
Yeah,
They're fantastically...
We probably can't
Probably
steal
shouldn't say that.
Probably not. We need to come up with something.
This looks more my style right here.
Same. Well, let's just
Brickway. Thanks for sharing. Did you know, I was going to say, so this is a Pils. We're doing a lot of Czechoslovakian stuff. Do you know they have a little museum off of...
I do.
You do?
I do. Now, I'm embarrassed to say I haven't been there.
Okay, well. I just happened to drive by it because I was looking for Pilsner, good,
So this is how I know. So the Bohemian Cafe, which used to be an Omaha staple down on 10th Street.
Okay.
Is now a local bar. It's called the Czech Inn. It used to be called the Little Bohemia Czech Hall. And they have a Czech Fest. They didn't have it this year, but they had it the last 2 years, and I was able to participate in it. And the Czech Museum was there, so we need to do the next outing, maybe at the museum.
Okay. Well, and I'm talking about the one by Oakview.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 144th and you remember when they have that little bow drawing? It's just right there north.
Oh.
144th by the storage. I drove by and I was just looking while it was kind of
I should really know that. That's embarrassing.
No, it's not embarrassing. It's probably brand new. I wonder if they moved
I'm going to be like excommunicated or
yeah.
something.
Is that what they do?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know because then they don't get their kolaches. So I am the kolache lady. If they excommunicate
you are the kolache.
me,
is that how you are referred to now, the kolache lady?
Pretty much, or the kolache queen.
I mean, they're not bad.
I should have. One of my customers made me an apron that says kolache queen. I should have wore it today.
You got a lot of cool customers.
Yeah,
you should have. But these are cool shirts, and you did bring me a nice shirt. I'm gonna hold it up. I think we had some pictures. I mean, these are cool, and you could get these. Established 2021 Sixth Street Kolaches. You could get those on. Can you order?
You can order them directly from me. Reach out on the website. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's I know. So cool. I'm trying to think of other things swag wise I should get.
It's always tough.
It is tough.
It's always tough to find swag. But the shirts are cool. It's got a cool, the kolache. It's got a cool
the
vibe to it.
logo's good.
It's a good logo. Did you do it?
I did not. I have a very dear friend who did it, and she's masterful.
Well, I like it. I'm going to sip this because I'm getting... Yeah, that's way better.
Gosh. Yeah, this is much better.
Yeah. That's a Czechoslovakian American-made session series from Brickway.
Thank
Brewery.
you, Brickway.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that. Okay, so what do you got coming up? Tell me about what you got coming up. For Sixth Street.
I have, in August, I am attending the Bennington Farmers Market, which is in downtown Bennington. It's really quaint. There's, like 20, 30 vendors there. It's in the park. Oh. I really like the environment. I'm a small town girl, so
it's kind of a small town vibe.
I like the small town vibe. So that's on August 19th, and they're actually having an antique tractor show at the same time. So some people, kind of two for
small
one.
Small town, tractors, kolaches. You know what? It all goes straight together.
It really, really does.
But with all that construction out there, we were just talking about it. There's a lot of construction
out there.
A lot of people are moving out Bennington.
A lot of people are. We've been there for 8 years, and it has doubled in size since we've been there.
I think there's 1,200 homes on the market, and 100 and almost 10%. Yeah, was in Bennington, compared to Douglas and Sarpy County. So
they are building homes.
There's a lot of them going up
everywhere. Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what you need to do? Well, you need to go to every house and drop off kolaches.
I know.
And just as they get done, you just.
I did try to. We are currently selling our house, and we.
Oh yeah.
I did say we should write in the contract that I would give a 5-year supply of kolaches. I mean,
that could end up being 40,000 kolaches for.
It could be.
All right. Well, let's taste one of these. Can we taste?
Let's do it.
Okay. You know what? Well, I brought some.
Do you have I
just have these little napkins.
Oh, that'll work.
They look folded up.
I'll get my hands dirty. Okay. Do you care if I touch yours?
No.
I figured you wouldn't.
No.
All right. Well, what you've had?
I've already sprayed this down with Fruity spray.
Well, good.
Yeah.
So, I sell the most cherry.
You do.
I sell 118% more cherry than anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then second place is the Bavarian cream.
It looks delicious.
Or the apricot.
Okay.
And then everything else is kind of random after that.
I kind of like the poppy seed.
Okay.
I want to try this. Is this the poppy seed? Mm-hmm. Do we split it?
We can.
Is that what you like to do?
Yeah.
Do you like the poppy seed?
Do you know what I... Do you
I
know...
want you to touch it.
Guess how many out of the 40,000 I made last year I ate?
250?
4.
Really?
I have.
You have self-control while you're making all this stuff. You have to.
I have to, because I would.
You know, when I see your
really
post,
have to be
I
on
see
a
your
diet.
post. It's like, hey, if you want them, we're gonna be out. So it's like it's kind of like that thing. Hey, if you want them, I could be out of them.
I have been blessed beyond.
You
I
grab
can
that
put
and just tear that in
indoors.
half for me.
All right, we're gonna eat poppy seed.
Poppy seed.
Now, have you had this before?
I'm gonna
this
love
kind
it.
of poppy seed?
I haven't. No.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
we're gonna.
Okay.
I love it already.
do?
Just smelling it.
So,
Look at that.
true Czechs call this coffee grounds.
Oh, okay.
Because
Poppy seed.
looks like
it looks
coffee
like
ground.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a lot of people. This is one of those flavors you either absolutely love it or you hate it. I don't think there's any in between.
Let's find it.
Okay. It's a little.
It's good. I mean, it's
I
just.
feel the other flavors you can taste the bread more, and I feel the poppy seed but
The
that's why
poppy seed
people
is
love
almost
it.
just like on the. Yeah, it's just kind of a.
Yeah.
I love this.
I felt
It's
like
not like a cake. It's
no
bread
I think
kind of.
I think we should try a different one. I felt like that
I
one.
think that's a good idea.
I felt like that one. We can do better.
Okay.
Let's try this one.
All right, let's do it.
So the bread. So this is a yeast dough, like I said. I let it rise 3 times. Would you like the cherry?
No.
Okay. I let it rise 3 times. When I first make it, it rises. I punch it down. I hand roll every single one of these. So you can sometimes see on the bottom the way you can sometimes see, sometimes not. The way I roll them, you can see. I know. And then I fill them, and then I let them rise again for a few more minutes. So what I tell people all the time, the dough is dense but light all at the same time. I don't know how.
Now, how long do you let them rise?
So each rise is an hour, and then the final.
Each rise is an hour.
So I mix it, I let it rise an hour, I roll them, I let it rise an hour, and then the last one is just a few minutes.
So you don't have a full day that's making kolaches.
Well,
if you're going to make enough of them, because you would have to constantly.
So now I have 2 ovens.
Okay.
Thank
So you
God.
can at least
Double
up.
So I can make about 360, which is like 6 batches in about 5.5 hours.
That's really good with this.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, of course it is. Everything's. That one's good.
Yeah, that's good.
This one was a little dry. This one's the way it's supposed to be.
That is so good.
See, so you don't need to just eat them in the morning. Eat them whenever
No,
the heck
yeah.
you want. Oh. I'm going to...
They are definitely time consuming, though.
They're very time consuming.
It's an art form.
It is. And, I went through some phases early and when I first started this business where they weren't very pretty or they were undercooked or all of those things. And people have given me grace and let me craft my skill and have come back. I have a very, very strong following.
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really blessed.
Get a lot of people enter. You got Facebook and you've got Instagram.
Correct.
And you can follow you at Sixth Street Kolaches. You have to say it that way,
I'm
don't
going
you?
to record you doing that, and that's
Kolaches!
just what I'm going to put on my reel.
I mean, it just sounds so awesome saying it that way.
It does. I agree.
What are you going to do? What do you guys have for dessert? Sixth Street Kolaches! You know what I mean? It just rolls
It's like
off
your
the tongue.
battle cry.
Yeah. That's awesome.
like.
Now, this is incredible. I'm just thinking about all the time that you would take. And I'm not a sweet, so I like that. It's bread. Is it a bread? It's probably more of a bread than
It's bread.
I love that kind of stuff. Just bread and a little.
So-
I used to not be a big fruit guy, but it's really catching up,
Well, the
in
Bavarian
there.
cream is okay.
Bavarian cream. I like the cherry. I love the raspberry. The apricot. It's an original, isn't it? Apricots. They grow apricots in Czechoslovakia.
Probably. We should Google that. I really need to.
Alexa, do they?
So I was shaking my head at you because the 4 that I ate last year and the only ones I've eaten this year, I only eat apricot.
Really?
This is
Fine.
the first Bavarian cream I've had.
I need to taste this apricot one. Just tear me up. Now, where you get all the... You mix all these things up? Do you buy the stuff that come packaged?
I would really like to say that all of my flavors and fillings are homemade. They're not. I work full time.
You adjust them,
right? I buy canned filling. I buy them from like 6 different places. Yeah, see the apricot, baby. They would be apricot in my world.
I don't remember apricots tasting like that.
Man, so good.
That's way better than I was thinking. I don't normally eat apricot.
Yeah, you will now.
That's so good.
They're the best.
Yeah, I guess with, spending all that time rolling dough.
Rolling dough.
God, that's a lot.
Look at my hand.
Rolling
dough.
You're
I know I'm going to have carpal
get caked up. You're going to get carpal.
I probably need to wear braces or something.
That's so good.
Oh, they're my favorite.
Wow, it's an awesome deal.
So you were saying that they're bread. So sometimes I won't punch them down. I've only sold them once, but I make them for my family. I make little slider buns out of the dough because it's the dough.
Okay, it's the same. Yeah,
you can buy. Anybody can do the filling. It's the dough, and so I'll make little slider buns every once in a while, and I also make cinnamon rolls.
Oh yeah, that'd be good too.
Yeah. So right now I've taken those off of like the permanent menu. But I have a bunch of customers who know about them, so they're like,
sometimes
the
say,
secret menu.
Let me have the secret menu. The secret menu. Is there
menu.
A button on the website that is like the secret menu, and if you hit it, you go to this special site with weird, crazy stuff on it?
Do you know what we should do? We should make it one of my grandma's rollers, and you like click on it, and that's what takes you to the secret menu.
I think it would be hilarious. You need to talk to your website person. Put it on there.
I am the website person. That's
all in one. You've been spending too much time doing that. Eventually, you're going to have your own website person.
I know I will. I hope so. That's the plan.
It's tough to do a website.
It is. I mean, there's places that help.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on.
But it would be fun to have that little roller.
I think it'd be funny.
Be so cool. You should just do it.
I should just
like
do it.
I'm
going to have a secret menu.
One day when you say, hey, I've made enough of these, you know what? I'm going to do a secret. Anybody who clicks on the secret menu, I'll have the cinnamon rolls or the slider bun. You could just have a little separate little.
I love it. I'm going to totally do that.
I think it's going to be cool.
I think it's going to be fun.
If anybody has made it this far into the show, they will know that you're going to have a hair curling iron, hair curler from your grandma is going to be the live link.
I hope someone's made it this far in the show.
My mom has. She watches the show.
What's her name?
Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Thanks, Mom, for watching. Aww. And my brother normally watches, too.
You got a good boy here.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, shoot, what else we got here? I mean, this is good. Pilsner, the original from Czechoslovakia, in a tasty... I don't even want it. Is it a pastry?
Yeah, it's
a pastry. Is it classified as a pastry?
Yeah, it's a pastry.
From Czechoslovakia, from a real... Did your grandma have this recipe? Like, when you found this recipe, or was it all just from her mind?
No. She wrote it down.
Okay.
I have it in a cookbook. It's funny that you asked that. I don't have that one framed. I have one of her other recipes framed, though, in my kitchen. I also feel like I have... Wait, before we go on, do I have poppy seed in my teeth?
No.
Okay.
Is that why you're looking at me?
No, but that's one of the hazards of eating poppy seed, and
you can have a couple black ones all over.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You you don't want to lose it. It's a great recipe. I mean,
first
of all, the time involved is stunning to me.
Yeah.
You already knew that.
I'm a little crazy, Sean. I don't sleep, and so it works out fine. I bake on nights and weekends, and it's like therapy for me.
Yeah, I can tell that you love it. It's a cool thing, and they're delicious. And people should go order them.
I was just having this conversation with a friend at lunch. What I thought was going to be about kolaches, and it's not. It's about the people.
Okay.
That's what it's about. I have been blown away, and like, I feel like saying I'm blessed is a little cliche because it's more than that. I have been a part of people's weddings, baptisms, double lung transplants, funerals, celebrations of every shape and kind. I've had customers who have come to me who have cried in my house saying, I haven't had kolaches since my grandma died 25 years ago. Or
that's cool.
I've eaten every kolache in the state of Nebraska and none of them are like my aunt's, and yours are the only ones that are that way. And it's such an emotional food, you know, and it's a lost art. And so, like, it is like magical.
It is.
It really, truly is.
I mean, I just can't get out of my mind that amount of hours that you spend just making this dough.
So when I'm tired,
okay,
and I'm often tired, but when I'm tired and I don't think I can go through, like, I have an event and my customers, like, fill my cup. Because it's
evident you do a lot of, so you have, just by your story, you do a lot of events.
I do.
Let's say if I went onto the website today and I said, geez, I placed an order. What's are you going back straight to tonight and you start cooking them up?
Yeah. So because I work, I have to build in my schedule for my kolaches based on my family and my other job. And so what I do is I map out certain days each month where you can order, and then that's the day you come and pick it up at my house.
You seem like a very organized.
I am. I'm a little type A.
Organized.
Thank you for noticing.
Okay, yeah. I'm noticing.
Yeah. And then I have other days where I do pop-ups where my store is just open and you can come to my house and be like, I want 2 of this flavor, 3 of this flavor. You can mix and match like a donut shop. And I always do coffee and orange juice and stuff because I want people to just, like they were in a cafe where they could just sit down and visit and all of those things. I do take special requests all the time. I require on those special requests, generally speaking, a 3 dozen minimum.
Okay.
However, I tell everybody this. Ask. Because if I can make it happen, I will make it happen. Okay. Because they're important, and you can't find these. So.
That's cool. I love it. I appreciate you coming on. I mean, we should probably wind down. And I'm going to give the kolaches a 10 in my book. That's delicious. It's so sweet. Awesome. And we'll have some cool pictures so people can see them real clear that we'll have on here. The beer, this Pils, to me is really good too. In the original, if I was in Czechoslovakia, if we were in Czechoslovakia, I mean, that'd be fine. It'd be fine. I mean, I would drink it if I was in Czechoslovakia.
Well, I mean, I drank it.
I mean,
I maybe might won't continue to drink it, but
Brickway Pils.
Brickway.
That's the deal. Hey, anything else I should mention? We'll just wind this.
I don't think so. Like I said, check out my website. That's the best place to find.
Sixth Street Kolaches.com. Check it all out. It's real cool. It's informative. It's a great story. Look for the curler, special curler on the deal. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out another episode. Love to hear any comments. Go check out Sixth Street Kolaches, Instagram, Facebook, and get some orders. These things they're so good.
Thank you, Sean.
I
Thank
appreciate
you for
coming on.
I appreciate you having me.
It was fun.
It was fun. This is fun.
We'll go out.
Cheers.
Take care.
Kolaches.
Kolaches.